Hi guys, Phoenix Spring Tarot. So this is going to be a spiritual channeled messages and tarot into the LA wildfires and the specific Palisades. Sorry if I mispronounced it. I'm so sorry. My apologies. So I was guided to do this today. Talking about the LA wildfires that are raging through the Palisades. So at the point of doing this reading, it is day 4 of it. And according to the last count, about 60,000 homes have been burned to ash. Authorities are powerless to stop it at this point. So the reason why I wanted to do this, and I was called to do this as well, is that I've seen on the internet, at least in the spiritual community, there's been a lot of talk as to the reasons for this. So people are saying, is it arson? Is it Mother Gaia, fighting back? So is it a Mother Gaia issue? Or Mother Nature reclaiming that part of LA with previously swamplands? So is it Mother Gaia reclaiming her territory, if you like? And I have to say, in tapping into the energies initially, I wasn't picking up anything about this being Mother Gaia or this being anything linked to climate change or anything of that nature. I did not pick that up at all. So once I did that initial check and I realized it wasn't what in the spiritual community had been talked about, I thought, okay, let me channel the message and really get what's happening here with these wildfires. So if you see me looking here, I have the channeled message here. So I'll deliver the channeled messages. Then we'll get into tarot to dig a bit deeper into this and see what further messages or further clarifications come through. So as with all readings on my channel, and particularly this one, all messages are alleged until proven fact. And also just taking a moment to say that my heart and everyone's hearts and thoughts and prayers are with people suffering in LA and in the Pacific Palisades at the moment. And it's just, as I tap into that, you're just feeling the uncertainty and the helplessness of what's going on there. So our thoughts and prayers are with them as we do this reading. So let's get into the channeled message. So I would read the channeled messages to you guys. I'll read them as they've given it to me. And if I feel that there's any clarification that I should add to it, I will add. Okay, so here we go. I'll stop the channeled message now. When incompetence becomes normalized, when doing the bare minimum is celebrated, an energy, a spirit takes hold. It lulls us into complacency, dulling our senses and blindfolding us to the rot growing within. It's insidious. It rots from the inside out. The rot is insidious. So it rots from the inside out. And because it's all around us, we don't even recognize it. This energy has been sensed by many, which is why people have been leaving California. And then they were showing me the image of notable personalities such as the Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro, and the Daily Wire, because I remember when Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire relocated from California. So they were just showing me images of that, of people relocating, right? So let's continue the channel message. They saw the signs of decay, yet society polarizes instead of addressing the obvious. So when they were talking about society polarizes here, they were saying people wanted to make it political, like Democrat versus Republican. So that's what they meant by polarizing. Instead of looking at the issue that was right there and obvious, people chose to polarize, is what they're saying. Okay, let's continue. Channel message again. The spirit of mischief, the energy of rot, has now been given free rein. The counterbalance, the voices who could call out this decay, have been removed. With no checks in place, the blindness has spread unchecked, and this wildfire, it's its physical manifestation. So what they're saying is that the powers that be, it's either they weren't listening to the counterbalance or weren't listening to the warnings or weren't taking heed of the warnings, right? So it's things going unchecked. And they're even saying to me now, like, if you spoke out, either being silenced or losing your job, that sort of thing. So let's continue. It's not about who started the fire, arson, electrical wires, or the wind. They're saying in terms of the bigger picture, the cause is irrelevant, right? This event is a sacrifice meant to wake us up to the energetic blindness within ourselves and our collective system. So when I just want to clarify here, I may have clarified it later on because I've just typed this out as they were giving it to me, but I want to be sure to clarify this point. When they say it's not about who started the fire, they're saying that the point is, it's the reason why it's happened in the first place. It's what this is meant to show us and what this is meant to signify to us. That's what they're saying. All right. So what I asked them in this case, they were talking about this rot, and I was confused as to what this rot was and what they meant. So I asked them to clarify the rot or what they meant by that. So this is the question that I asked them. So I asked, how do we recognize this rot? That's my question. They responded, it is in our collapsing institutions. So education, government, legal systems. What they also signified that it's in the fall of gatekeepers and personalities. So they're saying that you were seeing it in the Epstein, you're seeing it in the P. Diddy. So those are examples of Bill Cosby, those are examples of the rot that they're talking about. And they're just giving it to me here now. And that is important. So when they're talking about the rot in the collective, it's these people who are in elevated positions in the collective, like gatekeepers, the people at the top of these institutions that are collapsing. That's where the rot is. So it's not to say it's like necessarily you and me per se that the rot exists. It's up there. So that's what they're talking about when they refer to the rot. Okay. So they went on to clarify the rot further by saying it's also in outdated ways of thinking and living that no longer serves the collective. And this was eye-opening to me because so far we've been sitting back and watching the P. Diddy situation and the Jay-Z of it all and so on. And we've been just sitting back watching these things. But what they're saying is that it runs deeper than that. It's within our perspectives, it's within our beliefs, it's within our values. Not all of us, but some of us. What they're saying is that these are outdated ways of thinking. Okay? And continue to their message. This is a call to reflect and cleanse. And they showed me an image of a burning mirage. And what they're saying is that these are all images that I'm describing to you. So it's as if we have filters over our eyes and we are seeing and perceiving the world through these filters that are outdated. So what they're saying is this fire is a burning of the filters for us to remove the filters. And what they're saying is that the mirage is like thinking of yourself like a mirage in a desert where you're dry and everything else. That's what they're showing me. And they're saying that being in this mirage in the desert where it's so dry and harsh conditions, it's as if we can't see the reality of these conditions, the reality of the rot because of the filters over our eyes. So what they're saying is that this burning is the burning of the filters. Okay, so I hope I've described that and it's understood by you guys. Sorry. Oh, when I start channeling, my nose gets itchy. So sorry. Yeah. The sacrifice we're witnessing is an opportunity to let go of what no longer serves us and embrace healing once we've let go. So when we talk about the sacrifice, because they mentioned the sacrifice a few times here, what they're saying is that from an esoteric perspective, they were showing that before, outside of time and space, people in the LA Palisades area made a decision to sacrifice themselves in this way to awaken the collective to the rot. That's what they're saying. So we're getting very esoteric here when I describe that, sitting outside in time and space, even sitting outside of before they reincarnated into this lifetime. This agreement was made by the collective residing in that area. Okay? So I'll continue to the channeled message. This channel mentioned in 2025 that this is the year of you, and capital letters YOU. It's about turning inward instead of casting external blame and judgment. How can we as individuals rise above this energy? Through acts of compassion, empathy, and support. Small steps like prayer, volunteering, checking in on loved ones, or even evaluating how we live beyond our means to maintain facades can make a difference. So with this here, what they're saying is, so when we think about good healing thoughts and intentions to others, they're talking about that, or volunteering. They're giving me an image of this actress who played Electra. Her name has escaped me. But you know what I mean? Like, she was talking, I remember they're giving me a vision of her speaking to a reporter, and she's talking about her hands, wanting to do something with her hands, wanting to make herself useful, wanting to volunteer, wanting to help. So they're saying, so when they're talking about how can individuals rise above the energy of the rot, it's connecting with that aspect of ourselves, connecting with the aspect of selves that is that has compassion, that has empathy for other people in the collective. And what they were also pointing out to me with this section as well is that, for instance, I'm in the UK, so I'm thinking, well, I'm over in the UK, what could I do? So, for instance, and they said, no, it begins with you and your physical reality. You don't need to be over there. I don't need to be in the States. It's a matter of me. How could I be compassionate to people in my physical reality, to family members, to my neighbors? That's what they were showing. It starts with us, and it starts with us through our thoughts, words, actions, raising the collective of our thoughts, words, actions that can have an impact. That's what they're saying. So the last bit of the channel's message, psychics and intuitives, they're including me, cannot predict the exact path forward. So I asked why. So they said, because we are moving into what you call a new earth, a collective evolution guided by the choices and vibrations we create. So, and they said, this is not about predicting the future, it's about shaping it. The collective consciousness decides what to hold on to and what to release, what to burn, cleanse, and purge. So the question is, will we rise in compassion, awareness, or will we remain blind to the rot? This moment and this sacrifice that has been offered forward is an opportunity for healing, unity, and transformation. And that is the end of that channeled message. So now we will go into the tarot side of it, and we would see whether we could get any further insights and how much deeper we can go. And let's look into this situation further. So Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels of the highest divine light and frequency, please protect myself, please protect and bless those viewing this reading. May we only channel messages of the highest vibration, highest divine vibration of light, the highest accuracy, the highest truth. Please provide nuance that may be missing in this situation so we can expand our conscious awareness and elevate the vibration frequency of the collective. Make sure everyone can see this. Okay. So the first cards we have is the Hangman. The Hangman, and we have the Tower under the deck. Two of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. Five of Swords. Okay. So, I don't see Gavin Newsom, King of Cups, staying at all. That's for sure. Guys, this is the energy I'm picking up over and above. So my spirit guide messages are all about what this means for the collective and the direction of the collective and that sort of thing. But getting into the day-to-day nitty-gritty of this, what's jumping out to me is the Seven of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. There is some information that's going to be released and brought out about this, and whatever it is not true. It's like you would know what this information is, like someone would be given an explanation or a clarification of this, and you would know what this is because it's like they can't sit to one aspect of the story. It's like different variations of this story, like two variations of the same story are going to be coming out. And the reason why two variations of the story are going to come out is literally down to incompetence. It's like people can't get their messaging right. And people are going to be able to see through it because we have the moon energy. Again, the two, like something is going to organically come through that's going to let us know that this just wasn't true. Like it's something about two versions of the same story are going to come out, but it's not the truth. It's basically what's coming through here. But we would be able to get to the bottom of what this is. Now, it appears as if, yeah, and I said Gavin Newsom. I mean, I think this is inevitable. This is not even a prediction at this point, but like this person just needs to step down. What is his zodiac sign, actually? Hang on. I keep doing this all the time. I should be getting these zodiac. He's Libra. What else does he have in his chart? He's coming through as a Libra air sign. Aries. Does he have water in his chart? He's coming through here. We have a King of Cups coming through here though. Anyway, that's not really important. But with the Eight of Cups, I do pick up on him leaving for sure. There is going to be, I mentioned in my intro, at least I believe I mentioned it, I can't remember right now, but I think that there was a leaked memo that came out regarding Karen Bass, who was asking for further cuts even up to a week before this all went down. I think it was further budget cuts of 49 million. It's as if more is going to come out regarding that. It's to the point where, this is what I'm seeing in the cards, but we'll see whether there could be any criminal charges brought for negligence, basically at this point. That's what I'm seeing here. Like there is a real threat of that, like criminal negligence, basically. I'm also seeing here with the Five of Swords, notice the people walking away and someone thinking that they've been triumphant. That's coming through next to the Page of Pentacles. Like someone, and again with the page, it's talking about people not being very experienced here. Pages represents children and they have their eye, they're just obsessed and focused on one thing, and that's money with the coin. They were just obsessed and focused with money, and even though people were telling them that this wasn't right, they just had an obsession and a focus with money and saving money. But it's not just saving money, it's as if there's something else about money. I'm hearing, they're giving me the word cronies, like I'm hearing something about that. There is some level, I would be surprised if criminal charges aren't brought for incompetence. I just keep on saying that because we see the 7, it's like you have the 7, you have the 5, you have the Page. It's like some incompetency regarding money, but it's as if here it's criminal, and that is going to be brought out. I don't believe this has been released in the press just yet, but this is what I'm seeing in the cards. Okay, let's continue. With this, there's something with this Knight of Pentacles. A lot of talk, or at least the talk that I've witnessed and seen, has been around, hang on, let me just continue. Spirit guides, guardian angels, thank you for those messages so far. What else can you let us know? What else can you let us know regarding that you think is relevant for us to know about this situation? What else do you think is relevant for us to know about this situation? Emperor. Ah, got it. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Clarify the Emperor, please. Oh my gosh. So we were talking about the spirit and the wind and the incompetency and mischief walking the land and so on. Guys, this is not Mother Nature or anything like that. This is not. My spirit guides mentioned mischief, and I feel we're getting into the mischief here. We have the devil, the emperor. This Four of Wands, notice the mansions in the background. Fours represent stability, they represent security. With the Eight of Swords, that's being taken away from people. Notice the no water. There's a shortage of water and people being helpless. What this is saying to me as well, that and the page, I don't know, to me, I'm wondering. Okay, so they're giving me a lot of messages here. With the moon, something not being seen yet. With the Seven of Swords, with the page. Would people be able to get money from insurance to recover and rebuild? That is a question. Whether that would be able to happen. Again, I don't know. I don't know how it works over in the States, but I'm just seeing, the reason why I'm saying that, I'm seeing this Two of Pentacles, which is referring next to a home, which is referring next to money issues. It's like it's going to be turbulent and it's going to be tough getting money to rebuild or something along those lines. That's what I'm seeing here. This is going to make, and we have the Emperor and the Devil. The Emperor is almost as if it has a double meaning. It's like, it's talking about status here. And with the Four of Swords is talking about the fall of that status. Someone, or because this Four of Swords is really a coffin. So it's talking about the fall or an end of status, of an emperor's status. And it's related to homes and Four of Swords. Yeah, it's like people being chucked out or needing to flee suddenly. I notice the fire here as well. A lot of people don't assume. Okay, and this is also, I'm just going to give these messages very fast. They're coming through so far. Yeah, there it is. That's the energy I was picking up on. A lot of people are not going to, they're either going to be left, this is going to ruin so many people's lives of that 60,000. Of that 60,000, about 60% of those people are going to be either destitute, can't rebuild. Like this is going from Emperor right down to, this, people haven't started talking about this yet, but this is something else that's coming. They're reminding me with this devil energy and the Emperor, they're bringing me back to people being chained to a system and a way of being, and they're bringing me back to the channeled messages that we delivered earlier. It's the facade of power, it's the facade of authority. This is the control. This is that mischief energy that people are being chained to. And notice we have the Queen looking on at all of this. So it's not to say, this brings us back to the message I was giving in the beginning. It's not to say that the reason, this is mischief. I'm going to come into this mischief at the moment because there's a message here. What do we mean by mischief? Was this, yeah, we'll come to that. So notice this woman with the sword, like the reason and the ability to prevent this from happening, this mischief, this devil energy from happening, was always there, it was always known. The queens always talk about discernment, they talk about truth, they talk about using the sword to cut through the BS, really. And we have the Emperor looking at the mischief as well. But as long as they maintain their power, they maintain their authority, they maintain their status, they're willing to overlook it and not do anything about it. The fact that this queen is in the clouds and, above land and above this situation is talking about a separation. So that's what they were referring to before, about people leaving or being driven out, is something else that I'm being told here. I want to look into... There is something, I want to look into these fires and take a closer look. Was this intentionally set? I'm hearing a lot of their arsonist, or arsonist has been, I don't know, is it in the press now about it being, oh my God, the Emperor again. The Emperor again. There is something of an authority figure or someone being involved in this. We have the Emperor coming through next to the Devil. We have two Emperors on this. there is, and this is what I was saying before, there is a human element to this, guys. Sorry, there is a human element. Oh my God, guys, you're seeing me shuffle on camera. Emperor and the Queen of Wands. Queen of Swords, sorry. And notice in this reading, in this case, their backs are to each other. And this is what I'm talking about in my introduction with the counterbalance. You have one force that wanted to assert themselves and another that was standing there for truth. The reason and the ability for this to happen was always known. It was always there. People have been talking out about it. But people just chose to do nothing. And that nothing and doing nothing is that devil energy, is that mischief energy, is mediocrity. It's celebrating incompetence. Hang on, let's continue with this. Can you clarify the Emperor and the Queen of Swords? Clarify, why are we seeing double Emperor and Queen of Swords? Why are we seeing double Emperor and Queen of Swords? Guys, Four of Wands. Guys, my cards are keeping on repeating themselves. There is something that's going to be revealed when it's as if they're saying this whole thing happening, and I think Joe Rogan predicted it on his podcast. It's not just, it was never a matter of when, it was never a matter of whether it was going to happen, it was a matter of when. Four of Wands, again, this is your home, this is your stability, this is your sanctuary. This is criminal. This is the point of criminal charges for gross negligence or incompetence. So, hang on, let me just see if there's anything else around this before we go into whether Gavin Newsom could be, or Mayor Bass or whoever could be arrested for this, because that's what yes. Yep, justice card. That's what I'm saying. Three of Wands. This happened to be upright. I'm not really picking up a read on this, but coming up in the near future, that's what we are looking at. Three of Wands. It's like something's around this coming in. There's the justice energy here. Heads are going to roll for this. Like, I kept on picking this up from the very beginning with the justice card. Expect that to come in the future. Okay, what else? Why did this happen? Could we just get a pick up on that, on the why? I saw a fool there. So that fool looks like negligence and mischief. Shadow. Oh my gosh, shadow, spirit. This is nefarious energy here. Shadow side. Money. This message is coming through Tower. This message is coming through very faint. Okay. I feel that it's a double message. So to get the shadow and to get the devil and we have two Tower card energies again. Tower in this sense is talking about the hand of God. As you can see, the lightning is just striking from the heavens. It's throwing you out of your home. So this is what they're talking about with the sacrifice. It's the shadow element of the collective's nature that is coming up to be cleansed. Okay? That is why they were saying how it happens doesn't matter, but we want to know how. Like with the chariot energy and the shadow, this was always going to happen with an Ace of Pentacles here for a new beginning to come through. What they're saying to me is, they're not giving me, it's as if criminal charges are going to be brought, but I'm not really seeing, if there are criminal charges, let's say they say, oh, you're the arsonist, and we are arresting you, like that person would be a fall guy, is basically what I'm seeing. The true criminal charges, all messages are alleged until proven fact, the true criminal charges have to come from much higher up. They have to come from this person, like, please, alleged until proven fact, like the Gavin Newsoms and the mayor. It's people higher up who are responsible for the policies. That's where the criminal charges need to be directed. But looking at it from a higher, more esoteric level, this is a shadow energy that needed to come out and purge. It's like there's been, and this sacrifice that these people who owned the 60,000 homes. It's as if these people, and I'm looking at it through an esoteric lens here, it's as if these people had agreed before coming down here and before reincarnating and coming down on this timeline, like they agreed to be that sacrifice for us to understand the lesson and to recognize the spirit of the energy of this incompetence and this mischief. And it's like people, they're giving me the phrase inconvenient truth as well. It's like we've become too, as long as things are going right for me and as long as I'm comfortable, then I don't care about anyone else. You may be incompetent, you may be this, that, and the other, but it's all right. I'm not going to care because I'm good, basically. And basically what this is saying, I'm saying basically a lot, I'm so sorry, is that having that perspective and putting on your blinders and not caring about anyone else is not right, basically. Oh God, I'm using the word basically over and over, I'm so sorry. It's like, it's about standing up for what's right, and it's not just about you, but this is bringing about a whole other different way of thinking and approaching and what we expect from government, or is government even good enough anymore? It's going to start bringing up a lot of hard questions that we need to ask ourselves. If people dare blame this on a random arsonist, or if they dare blame it on the environment and environmental issues and so on, 110% that's not the reason. I'm seeing it very clearly in the cards here. It's down to incompetence at the highest level, and it's down to people's willing to be blind and willing to be complicit in it, just to go along to get along, and not putting themselves on the line. That's the best way I could find to describe it. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in future videos. Bye for now.